And what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video of Curry Tech, and today we'll be going over the 11700K versus the 5800X. And before we go over that, all leaks are provided by video cards and JSON's output or JSON output. So anyway, let's get into this video and let's go over some of the specs. The 11700K is an 8-core 16-thread processor with a 3.6 GHz base and a reported max boost frequency of 5.0 GHz. This is based off of Rocket Lake S from Intel, based on their 14nm plus squared architecture, which is also a 125 watt TDP and was benchmarked in Geekbench V4 on a Gigabyte Z490 Aorus master motherboard with 3600 MHz RAM and Windows x86 64-bit, and scored a 7857 single core score and a 42011 multi-core score. So really impressive from Intel, still on 14nm, making this gain in single core score as they're scraping the barrel for points at this point because of the limitations of 14nm processing nodes. The 5800X is an 8-core 16-thread processor with a 3.8 base GHz and 4.7 GHz turbo. And their score of the 5800X in Geekbench V4 is 7005 and a multi-core score of 42,170. Both processors are neck and neck with each other, but Intel taking the lead again in single-thread performance. Now this, we don't know if this is a final development engineering sample or still in the process, so these scores may differ varying of processors. This was only one sample of the processor at the moment. But if these scores are true, the 5800X and 11700K, rumors and predictions of Intel taking back their single-threaded crown will come to submission and will actually be true, that Intel will take its single-threaded core performance back as we predicted back when 4th Gen Ryzen was taking over single-threaded against Intel. The processor information is right up there to confirm that this is the i7-11700K, running at the 4.985 GHz on all cores, 8 cores, 16 threads of 5.0 GHz. Now that's just to show the frequencies. Obviously, I'm pretty sure they ran a test a bunch of times to make sure that it didn't crash and everything. But Geekbench V4 has been reliable in the past, and as of course, take it with a grain of salt. This is only one benchmark. There will be many other benchmarks coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. As we go down here, we can see all the SKUs of Rocket Lake S, and the 11900K, which will be featured in another video later on, has only 8 cores and 16 threads. So Intel has actually pushed back their cores and threads so that they're not going to be able to keep up with the 5900X in multi-threaded workloads. That's probably because of the 10-core 20-thread 10900K that was a lot harder to make on 14nm++, and to deal with the TDP as well. The 11700K has a 4.6 GHz all-core turbo, so overclocking the CPU to 4.6 all-core is very nice. Great gaming CPU. Obviously, that's what Intel is just going for at this point. And also the technologies Turbo Boost 2.0, and here's Max Turbo 3.0, saying that at Max Turbo 3.0, this is basically Intel's own overclocking tuning feature for the CPU, an algorithm that boosts the frequency higher, and depending on variables and conditions. So this will gain you an extra bit of performance. This could be manually overclocked yourself, but Turbo Boost just takes the kind of guesswork out of it. And then we get to Thermal Boost Velocity, which is another technology that Intel has enabled, or algorithm that they enabled into their processors. And as I said, the 1100K, barely go over it, 5.3 GHz. It's an if and else statement algorithm. If conditions meet this certain point, such as temperature, system performance, stability, and voltage, boost this core, so like say core 6 or core 7 to 5.3 gigahertz. That's basically the rundown of that. Obviously 125 watts for your i7-11700K is pretty high, considering that it's only an 8-core 16-thread part, and it's because of the 14 nanometer plus die, and also Intel basically scraping the bottom of the barrel by shaving down the die size to allow better efficient cooling. And my personal opinion on this is that Intel is going to come out, they're going to beat AMD in single thread performance, and this CPU is coming out in March. But as leaks are showing, CES 2021, which is happening in a couple of days, so stay tuned for that. All the newest tech hardware coming out. Intel will actually should be revealing Rocket Lake S, but for availability, it will only be in March. So personally, Intel's going to probably take back single-threaded, but AMD is still going to hold their multi-threaded crown, and hopefully it just may come down to pricing at this point. Would you rather pay for a 5800X, that's $550, or wait for this 11700K that we still don't know the price of, and take your chances with that in terms of your needs? If you're more just a gamer itself, Intel is still the way to go, not as of this moment, but maybe down the line. Intel has always been this kind of now gaming crown king, as it has just been dethroned by 4th Gen Ryzen at the moment. But obviously, it's just going to be down to the best bang for the buck CPU. Both of these CPUs performed really well in Geekbench and are on par with each other. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a like and comment down below what other ideas I should do and other tests I should do. Anyway, peace out. Hope you're enjoying your day. And remember, keep on gaming.